What's going on, everybody? Here is your Paradox Junction Easter egg guide to get to the boss. The first thing that you want to do is you want to shoot the clock here so that it says 1:15. You want the red hand here at the 3, and you want to shoot the white hand until it gets to the 1, so that when you transfer over into the past Paradox Junction, or past Nuketown, sorry, you will get a free Pack-a-Punch crystal and free ether tool. Then you want to go around and look for a spore making this sound. And it will give you the barrel piece to the Blundergat weapon. So once you fill all this with souls, it will spit out the first piece that you can use for the Blundergat weapon. Next, you want to go in and look for a mannequin in here that is making the exact same musical noise, which it happens to be this one here. It could be one of about 8 different mannequins though. So make sure that you check it out. Then you can go grab your vial, which you're gonna pick it up at the roof of the yellow house, and then you can go grab your keys from the backyard. You are then gonna want to go into the greenhouse to fill your vials. But you're also going to want to look at the walls here. There are 3 separate walls that will give you the stock for our Blundergat, and it will make the same noise as the spore and the mannequin. There are 3 separate spots. That one in the garage there. We're going to fill up our vials here, and then we're going to head upstairs to the next wall with black goo on it that could be making the noise. If it is not either of those 2, it will be the one that is in the alleyway, which is really easy to get. So once you hit your dog round, it will automatically transfer you into the past again, where you can go and start doing some more stuff. But here, like I said, there is all the treats that you will get. You will get a Pack-a-Punch crystal. You will get an ether tool, a blue ether tool, a random perk, a legendary weapon, and a score streak. So that's a perfect way to start things off while you're getting things unlocked. And then you're going to head to this truck here. You're going to interact with it. It's going to be the keys. It's going to move it out of the way to open up the next area so that we can unlock our Pack-a-Punch. And as I said, we are going to hit this wall in the alleyway here to the right. After we open up our Pack-a-Punch, it's very simple. Just shoot them. You're going to shoot all the tethered zombies 4 times. Once you do this 4 times, you are going to unlock your Pack-a-Punch machine. And then we are going to head to the alleyway after we are done this. There's our Pack-a-Punch machine. We are going to then head to the alleyway off to the left here. You're going to want to throw a grenade at this wall, and it's going to pop open a hole. But when you go back into the future, your stock for the Blundergat is going to be there. We are then going to go and find our mannequin, and which was in the yellow house on the ground floor. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to take the vials that we filled up and pour the acid on it, so that when we go back into the future, the next piece is going to be there for our wonder weapon. You can also head into the backyard here. You're going to shoot this swing set to get another piece for the Easter egg. While you are here in the past as well, you can head upstairs into the top floor of the yellow house, and at the bottom of this bookshelf here, you are going to grab the sealant, which is the 4th and final piece that we need for our Blundergat. So now we are going to go head back to the future, and we are going to collect all the pieces that we need for our wonder weapon. So we go into the yellow house here. That is the hammer piece that we need for our Blundergat. And then we are going to go into the alleyway where we blew a hole in the wall in the future, and we are going to get the stock, and that is all 4 pieces that we now have for our wonder weapon. To construct your wonder weapon, you are going to head into this truck right here. You're going to melee it so that it opens up the bench. You're going to add your parts, and then you are going to get your Blundergat weapon. This is just the base version. We are going to have to upgrade it as we go through, but you do have your wonder weapon constructed by round 7. Now we are going to look for a remote control handle in 3 separate spots. One of them can be there, one of them can be here by this box, or it can be in the back of the greenhouse on the ground here, which is where ours was. And you are going to do this little mini trial here with the RCXD car. You're just going to follow the exact steps that I'm doing here. Once you get up here, you are going to want to jump your RCXD over these boxes, which is going to go into another garage, and you're going to want to explode the door, which is going to give us the piece of chalk that we need for another step. It blows open this, and you're just going to wait 10 to 15 seconds until this corpse disappears, and it will give you our piece of chalk. While you are in here, no zombies will actually touch you, so that's pretty cool. But you're going to grab your chalk, and then we can take the chalk and the swing seat, and we're going to head into the back of the yellow house here, and we're going to interact and put both of those pieces in. You're going to interact with the swing set here. It's going to put the seat on, then interact again, and it's going to place the chalk down. While this is in a little mini cutscene, this is a quick little tip and trick that will help you out for later on. So what you can do, because you have to set the clock up at 00 to actually trigger the boss fight. So while the twins are going through doing their little cutscene thing, you can come here and shoot the clock, get it all set up and ready. Well, no zombies will actually attack you. It's actually perfect, and I love that you can do this during a cutscene, so you're not getting smacked by zombies or anything. And then you're set up after you get the rest of everything done. So there you go. We got our clock set up at 00. Our twins are going to be finished. Once they are done, you can head into the garage of the yellow house and interact with this toolbox here to get the irradiated seeds, which we will need to do back in the past. But while we are here, we are going to grab death perception. All of these move every round. But wherever it is, we're looking for the headset, which can be in one of three places here behind the trash cans. If you go upstairs into the greenhouse, it can be on these hooks here. And you can only see this with death perception. Ours is actually in the back of the yellow house by the putting green in the hands of that zombie. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab some axes before we head back to the past, because we're going to do our irradiated seeds next. What you're going to want to do is you are going to want to interact here, and then just use the Blundergat and Frenzy Guard so you get unlimited ammo. It'll take from your stock, but the tree is going to act as a soul box here. And once you have completed this, the screen will go white, and it will actually give you a max cash. Up here are the goggles that we need to grab next. They are at the base of the top light. So you're going to have to shoot them. You're going to have to grab Wisp Tea and then trigger your Wisp Tea to grab the goggles. It doesn't have to have any specific augments on it. It will just grab them no matter what augments you actually have. But now we have our goggles right there. And then we are going to run around. We're going to finish off the zombies, and then we are going to go head back to the past. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to throw the axes at the tree so that we can get our strange firewood. It'll give us 3 pieces of strange firewood here, which we're going to place in a fireplace back in the past. But before we do that, if you have triggered the steps to upgrade our Blundergat, you can do those as well. But we're going to grab a molly here because we need that for the next step. So we're going to go ahead into the ground floor of the yellow house. We're going to place our wood, and then we are going to light them on fire. We are then going to head to this toy box here, and we are going to interact with it to place the goggles and the headset. And now we're going to try and trigger all the X's. The X that is there, you are looking for a red ball, which can be in one of these 3 locations here. Ours was on top of these boxes here. And all you're going to want to do is you're just going to shoot this ball into the backyard of the greenhouse and make sure that it holds steady on the X in the backyard of the greenhouse. And that will trigger one of the twin steps in the past. We are also going to get our piano teacher. A lot of people use brain rot for this. I like to use sight grenades. But once you sight grenade her, she's going to head to the piano. You're going to want to immediately transfer back into the past to make sure that she disappears in the past, and then it will trigger the piano step that is in the future. But because we got the ball set up, we can interact here, and the twins are going to draw a little children's game on the ground here, which you are going to have to do. You can do it solo or in teams, it doesn't matter. But now that we got the piano teacher done, we need to go around and find all of these blinking notes here. They are in many different locations, but you are just going to want to make sure that you grab them in order from 1 to 8. This is a little bit of a tedious step because they're never in the same spot, and you have to count the amount of clicks that you have. But once you have gone through and gotten all of them 1 to 8, it's going to trigger the piano teacher, which you will go back into the past to do. But, just take your time with this. And if you have the Wisp Tea that holds zombies, it's actually perfect if you are doing this solo. See, this took us a little bit of time to get because, again, you have to continue to go through and remember, unless you remember exactly which ones are where. Because you do have to make sure that you get them in specific order, or you're going to have to flip around and you're going to have to do it all over again if you grab one wrong in the wrong order. But once you are done this step, you can head back into the past. But I think we have a fire zombie on this one, so we are... Nope, we're going to head back to the past and we're going to do the piano step. This step is the same every time, though. If you go in, these notes are the same every time. If you do them in the exact order that I have done them here, you're just going to interact with the piano. It's going to bring up a little piece. And then, yes, you are going to do them in the exact order that I'm doing them here. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Over 2 more, you're going to hit 4. Go back 1, you're going to hit 5. Go back 1 again, you're going to hit 6. You're going to jump 2 more to the left, and that's going to be 7. And then you're going to jump 2 more again to the right, and that's 8. And it should prompt with a little musical note. Once you have done this, you can head back into the future. And to trigger the next step, you need to shoot 3 floating zombies that are outside the map. And this is going to trigger the X or mini game that the twins have as well, because there are 3 separate mini games. There is the ball one in the back of the greenhouse. There's another ball one in the middle here. Once you have shot all 3 of them, souls are going to head in, and it's going to trigger that X. Now that we have all 3 of these done, we are going to head back to the past and do some of these little mini quests. The first one we're going to do is, well, we have to activate it first. So the twins are going to show up, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to activate the twins because we activated the X in the other area, which you just have to stand on to trigger the hopscotch. And then the ball bounce in the middle, which is kind of like jacks. And then we've got the ball in the back of here. What you're going to want to do is switch to your melee, interact with it, and doing this by yourself is very easy too. If you're doing it with a teammate, it's easy as well. You're just going to melee it back and forth for 30 seconds. Make sure it bounces once, and then you melee it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until it prompts you at the end. And it's going to give you, I believe this one is the symbols. So the symbols are going to go in the middle there, which we are going to need our Sunder Gat, which is our upgraded wonder weapon. And these are all going to be soul boxes that we are going to run through and continue to fill up. But this is the bouncing ball step. What you want to do is the second the zombies are in the air, you are going to want to shoot them before they hit the ground again. You also cannot hit the ball with any bullets or it will stop this as well. So make sure that you have a good clean line of sight at all the zombies that are bouncing so you don't accidentally hit the ball and you don't accidentally miss any of them. If you do, you just have to wait about 30 seconds for it to reset itself, and you can continue to do this within the round that you're on. You do not need to flip rounds every time to do this. But once you do that, there is our music notes page that will come up. That is another one. We are then going to go head to the hopscotch, which you are going to want to go all the way up to 12. You cannot jump on the black dot. You cannot jump out of anything. You need to do this as perfect as possible. But again, if you do screw up like I did here, you just wait 30 seconds and then it will respawn and you can do it again. But if you do it correctly, it's a little tricky. I know a lot of people have had some problems with this one, but just take your time. Try to stay within the X's or squares, sorry, and try not to hit the black square, and try to stay within the circle or squares as much as possible. I don't know why I keep doing that. That's hilarious. But once they hit one, it'll go back up to 12 and come back down again. But once you complete it, there you go. We have our music box that is there. And we need our upgraded Sundergat weapon to fill all these soul boxes. To do that, we have to be in the future and grab these flaming zombies here. If you wait till the end of a round, so there are less zombies to suck its health out of, because that's what will happen every time a zombie comes close to it. It will suck the health out of it. If you have just one zombie, it's actually not that bad. You can bring it just close to this truck here, because you're going to want to shoot it with the blundergat, which will put the soul in, and do this 3 times. There are going to be 2 regular zombies that you're going to have to do this to, and then there is going to be a shock mimic at the end. But again, if you do this at the end of a round, or have your wisp that will hold zombies, because if there are any zombies, as you see there, it does take its health away, but again, not very much when there's only one zombie. Get it close to the truck and shoot it so that the soul ends up in the table where we built our blundergat. And then to build our Sundergat, we have to do this a couple of different ways. So what we need to do is, first you need to go into the past after we get our last soul in here. The shock mimic is having its way with us. But to build our Sundergat weapon, you need to go into the past. You need to melee the box. You need to put the blundergat weapon in and then go back into the future and collect it from the truck again. And you will have your upgraded Sundergat weapon. Now what you want to do is go around, and with all the soul boxes that we had here, you just need to run around and fill them with souls with the Sundergat weapon. You just pick and choose what you want to do, which ones you want to do, how you want to do it. But once you do the pages, the music pages will head towards the piano. The music box here will head towards the fireplace. And the last and final one, the symbols, will head towards the toy box. But just keep following them around and filling them with souls. And you are almost ready for the boss fight, everybody. Just keep filling, keep shooting, because they take such a weird path to get to where they need to go. But there you go. Once you fill it with enough souls, you will get that prompt. You will get a max cash from each one of these as you do them. But continue to run around, fill them with souls. And it has to be with the Sundergat weapon. I mean, other people can shoot zombies if they want to, but it will not put the souls into these soul boxes that they have made for us for Paradox Junction. But once you do get them as close and into the box, it will trigger a white screen. And then just before you go into your boss fight, everybody, you are going to transfer into the past, and then you're going to make sure that you shoot the clock. When you do so, it will trigger an orb that will go around. The twins are going to go to many different stages and eventually end up back at the swings. But just follow it around, watch the cut scenes, and follow the twins around. And then once they are finished, they will end up at the very last spot, which is the swing set. And then you can interact with that, and it will send you to your boss fight. If this helped you guys out, please don't be afraid to drop a follow. Hit that like button for me. And as always, happy gaming and good luck with the Paradox Junction boss.